Hello, everyone. I'm ZHAO Chuang. Today, we are going to draw the tail of Tarbosaurus. This time, let's observe Tarbosaurus from the front so that its tail would swing behind. There are several advantages. One is that, when viewed from this angle, we can well see the volume of its tail. The other is that, when it walked like this, its tail would swing backward, and the length of its tail would look shorter than that in a side view. It would have a very noticeable deformation. How to use that shape change to show the perspective relationship between it walking forward and its tail being behind will be explained in detail in our following drawing. Now, let's get started. First, we use simple lines to sketch its body. We'll draw its tail viewed from the front. Roughly draw its head, its neck, its back, belly, two forelimbs, and its shoulders. Then we slightly draw the muscles of the face, and the shading below the neck. Its knee, foot, and the other leg. Next, let's talk about how to draw its tail from this angle. First, we need to know the structure of its tail. Let's take a look at its trunk. This part was its ribs. The top of the ribs was flanked by two muscles along the neural spines of the back, forming a narrow set of very strong muscles. It extended forward to the back of the neck. This set of muscles extended back to the dorsal side of the tail. We need to know that it has such a set of muscles above its tail. These two pieces were its pelvis, which consisted of the iliac bones. The muscles passed through the iliac bones to the top of the tail, forming the back of the tail. From this point of view, the near is big and the far is small. Extending to the distance, outline the upper shape of the tail solidly, and draw the boundary line of the lower muscles lightly. As it walked, its tail swung from side to side. As a Titanoran, its tail couldn't swing freely, but it still swung a little. Viewed from this angle, a hook shape was formed at the rear. This dark line represents the highest point of the tail, so the seam on this side ends here, and the seam on the other side extends forward and ends here. Let's draw some auxiliary lines to show how the tail turned and draw some wrinkles. Next, from the top of the pelvis, the part behind the ilium, which is blocked, and we can only roughly start from this position to connect the large lateral muscles of the tail. It ended here and formed the other lateral side of the tail. Following the structure line we just drew, we draw some wrinkles down. The wrinkles should be corresponded to the upper position as much as possible, so that the picture looks more complete. Make it denser underneath to give the tail a three-dimensional look. The back of the thighs and the sides of the tail were joined by loose skin. There were many muscles inserted under the skin that formed the base of the tail. Based on some intact mummified fossils of Hadrosaurus, we know that many dinosaurs actually had drooping flesh beneath their tails, which might have been fat, or simply fabs caused by gravity. We draw some stripes here. Good, like this, we've finished drawing the tail of Tarbosaurus.